For more than 60 years, Brits have been sold the dream of a new paradise life in Australia. And in Brisbane and the Gold Coast, more than 85,000 were born in the UK. They're drawn to its immaculate beaches, picturesque rainforest, and the captivating native wildlife. This week, paramedic Jane makes a splash as she takes on the might of the Aussie swimmers. Shop owners Tracy and Neil can't give up their English sporting obsession.
We are Neil and Tracy, Arsenal. That's it.
And it's feeding time for professional diver Adi. The east coast of Australia has some of the most spectacular coral reefs and exotic marine life in the world. 70 miles north of Brisbane is Underwater World, an aquarium and conservation centre dedicated to marine and freshwater animals. Northamptonshire-born professional diver Adi has been working here for 18 months and has developed a real passion for the aquarium's most iconic residents.
We've got some really big sharks in there. We've got some grey nurse sharks. These guys are, with three of them, there's a female, she's approaching 13 feet long, so she's a really, really big animal. The tank's got loads of other animals in there. We've got some sandbar whalers. They're a really cool shark. 6 of those guys in the tank, one of them's a boy. His name's Lucky. There's some black tips in there, some white tip reef sharks. Probably the most exciting shark we like people to come and see is our bull shark. He's a juvenile shark. He's only about 1.6 metres, so he's still reasonably young, but he's actually got, he's got a right temperament on him, especially when we do the feeds.
One of Adi's most important jobs is to feed the sharks. Some are recovering from illness or injury, and feeding them by hand allows Adi to administer medication and to monitor how much each shark is eating. But a hungry shark is unpredictable, and there's a real risk to the divers.
They basically feed from different directions. They can come straight at us where we can see them, or they can change their mind and they can come in from above. So, yeah, the opportunity to get nipped is quite high. We always try and fingers crossed. We don't want to get bitten, but unfortunately when you've got handfuls of fish, you know, and everything wants to eat at the same time, it's part of the job, I guess, part of the job.
The sharks and rays get hand-fed every second day. If they didn't, they'd look to the other fish in the tank for dinner, and the aquarium's prize collection would be severely depleted.
Originally I'm from North Hampshire, actually. We came out to Australia in '97 as a forerunner, really, to see if we could come out to Australia. And I was a carpenter joiner when I left school, and I basically specialised in listed buildings and old refurbishments, box ashes and that kind of thing. And I found myself really yearning to come back out to Australia again, and I knew that to do that I'd need to come out on my skilled working visa.
To get a residential visa partly depends on whether applicants have skills important to the economy. Adi got in as a carpenter, but once in Australia, like many expats, he decided to change career.
It took me probably 2 years and 2 months from the day I first put my application in to actually getting my visa granted. And I was pretty much put through every single test you could think of. I even had to go do an English test to prove I could speak and write English. The 2 years and 2 months, I have to say, were probably the most stressful things I've ever done. I think I went through every emotion, you know, getting out here. Don't expect to be, like in the UK, given stuff when you arrive. You basically come here and you have to really pull your finger out, get out here and want to do something.
Like Adi, paramedic Jane also came to Australia on a skilled work visa. And in her life away from the job, she risks coming face to face with sharks in the wild.
But we're on Moreton Island, which is just off the coast of Brisbane. Today it's the Tangalooma Wreck Swim. There's about 200 people in the event. It's a 2.4k swim. Makes the English Channel look really, really horrible and cold and wet and miserable.
Jane was a champion swimmer in the UK and has conquered the English Channel. However, she found that long-distance swimming was a minority sport, left to the committed few.
There's just so many more people that are like-minded doing these sort of events. It's good. It makes you feel like you're not a minority anymore doing such an event.
3, 2, 1.
When I was going off to do, you know, some of my open water swims and things, it's like, you know, I'm going to have to swim Trestle Beach at 70 miles. And people are like, why? And here it's like, oh, cool. Oh, how did you find out about it? And other people want to come and do it, you know. Yeah, in the UK it was, why would you want to do that?
The Gold Coast may be sport-obsessed, but it's also a party destination. And at work, Jane is often called to alcohol-fuelled accidents, a world away from her own healthy lifestyle.
The patient's the one vomiting into a bucket. Oh, good job.
What day of the week is it?
It is Sunday.
Cool. And where are you at the moment?
I'm at Narang.
So you're nicely orientated, that's good.
I am a little bit different in that I don't go out getting drunk. I don't enjoy the feeling, I don't enjoy the alcohol taste, I don't enjoy anything to do with it, really. And again, I think that's a lot to do with my sport. Why would you go out and get drunk, you know, in the evening when you've got to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning to go swimming?
Friends, open your eyes up for me. Are we doing Facebook photos?
Can't get in it.
Ah, you guys. Every alcohol-related job, you have to get a Facebook photo nowadays, and there must be hundreds of people being loaded into the back of ambulances on Facebook now. You've got to try not to get into too many of them, but I can't help myself.
Back at the ocean race, Jane's completed a gruelling 2.4-kilometre swim and is the second woman home.
You know, being a paramedic, you need to be fit. You need to be able to carry 3 bits of kit and pull a stretcher up and down, you know, lifting people downstairs and stuff. If you're not fit, it just makes the job so much harder.
Female competitor, Jane Solomon. Congratulations, Jane. A great effort.
The race is divided into age and gender categories, and Jane takes gold in her group.
And in first place, with a cracking time of 30 minutes and 6 seconds, Jane Solomon. Well done, Jane. Congratulations. With a time of 33 minutes and 10 seconds, Troy Ibbett. Well done,
Quite
Troy.
sweet too.
"35 miles south of Brisbane is Coomera, where a couple of expats have set up stall based on their own, very English, sporting obsession.
Okay, these are all our Premier League shirts. We've got mostly all the top 8. United, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, and obviously the Barmy Army stuff for the cricket. Basically both families, Tracy's family and my family, we're all big Arsenal fans, so that's really the only thing that we miss, going to the Arsenal. We left England basically because when I was in England I was working away all the time. I'm a shop fitter, so I would spend, say, 8 months of the year working away. So we came here basically for me to stop doing that and to try and work at home and just basically give ourselves a better life. It's only now that I've got the shop I can sort of take a backward step with the shop fitting.
Many expats keep up with the football to maintain a link with life back home. For Tracy, some of her most precious family memories are bound up with Arsenal.
It was a family thing. I would go with my dad and my brother from the age of 11. I would meet them outside Arsenal, outside the sweet stand. We would just have great fun. I mean, it was only a couple of hours each week, but it was a connection we had. Everybody that comes here must miss their friends and family, and our friends and family are connected with Arsenal.
Since moving to the Gold Coast, Tracy and Neil have bought some land and built a house with an interior sure to puzzle any Aussie visitors.
They don't understand what we're talking about when we talk about football. We can't enjoy rugby league, which is the big main sport here, because you feel a bit like you're giving up your roots. It'd be like losing another part of your life. It'd be like moving away all over again. Yeah, that's what it is. We hold on to it just to make our lives simpler, I think. Not so complicated. We are Neil and Tracy, Arsenal. That's it.
But with Arsenal in an upcoming Wembley Cup final, home is never going to feel so far away. The most common reasons for British expats moving down under are the climate, the lifestyle, and the prospect of a better future for their family.
Ah, that's ridiculous. It's a shame the Aussie Test team couldn't do that, anyway.
Professional diver Adi has always leaned towards the Aussie way of life.
So these are really cool, actually. Everywhere you go in Australia, they have free barbecues. They're just awesome. When me and Sophie got married, we got married on a big old yacht down in Southampton. We actually got a guy in who had a big 6-foot barbecue, and we had a big Caribbean barbecue for our wedding day. So, yeah, I suppose I've been slightly obsessed with barbecues for quite a few years now. I think I was born on the wrong continent, to be honest with you. And now I'm here. I'm pretty sure that's probably true.
The move to Australia has been positive for all the family, not least Adi's 2 children, Jasmine and Byron.
I'm really impressed with them, you know, even Jasmine. She couldn't swim before we came here. We've been here 2 years, and she is now a super swimmer. In England, they were teaching her with armbands. You never see a kid in Australia with armbands. He's got 4 surfboards. He goes every morning before school. These kids live outside. I've been nice to you now. I've been nice to you.
A major part of the job Adi and his colleagues do is to conserve endangered species. On a routine dive, he spotted something interesting that will help with this work.
What have we got there? We've got some mermaid spurses. Yeah, these are what the bamboo sharks basically shed out. We have to collect these every day. If we're really lucky, like that one there has a small egg in it. We stick it into some of our containers, and basically they stay there for a few months until they hatch. And then we basically just release them back into the wild once they've got fully grown. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Some species, like these bamboo sharks, will hatch from the mermaid's purse after about 9 months. Other sharks don't lay eggs, but give birth to live young.
Freckles is our baby grey nurse shark. She was born just over a year ago, and I was pretty lucky to be in the tank that day. I hadn't been here very long, and to suddenly see a baby shark getting popped out the back of a 12-foot female was pretty incredible, really. As soon as the babies come out, we try and grab them and put them into a safe tank, because they'd be prey themselves. I believe that one of the members of the tub public were tapping on the glass and said, look, I think there's a tail hanging out of that big grey nurse shark. Not really seen before. I don't think it's ever been caught on film either, so we were pretty fortunate to have that. When you're dealing with grey nurse sharks, there's probably, they reckon there's about 500 left. They've been badly treated over the years. They were hunted. Anything to keep that species going, we do what we can.
The Gold Coast basks in 300 days of sunshine a year, and summer temperatures reach 40 degrees. Getting up at 5 a.m. to avoid the heat may not suit everyone, but it's swimming fanatic Jane's idea of heaven.
I came over here when I was 18, and I came actually to train with a swimming squad down in Canberra. So for a start, there was 50-metre outdoor swimming pools, and it was beautiful weather. It was just an absolute different world.
A normal day would be getting up at 4, walking the dog by about 5 past, 10 past 4 for about half an hour, aiming to be at the pool by 5, training for an hour and a half, doing about 5 kilometres. I'm ready by the time I get to work at 10 to 7, and then if I'm doing a day shift, a 12-hour day shift, get home in the evening, and then take the dog out for another walk.
You know, it's not an unusual thing to be doing here, that's the nice thing. You know, I just felt that I fitted in so much better because of that outdoor lifestyle.
For football-mad shop owners Tracy and Neil, the differences between Australia and England have come as quite a surprise.
We thought we'd go to an English-speaking place, same morals, same values, so we thought, but it's damn difficult. They've got a completely different mentality. They've got different humour. They don't understand sarcasm. it's just wasted. Like, you can be you're sarcastic as anything and they go, So it's really hard, which is why most of our friends are from the UK.
Today, Tracy and Neil's beloved Arsenal are in the Carling Cup final, and the 10-hour time difference means staying up all night.
Hello!
They've even invited a supporter of their opponents, Birmingham City, to watch the match.
Me being the only blue nose on the Gold Coast, I was just trying to find a place where I can go and watch the game. And yeah, so that's why I'm here.
When the kick-off goes, I always get a lump in my throat and a tear in my eye, and I always go, come on, Arsenal. And that was something that my dad always done, and that just tugs at the heartstrings. Come on, Arsenal. Oh.
For Tracy, football has always been about spending quality time with the family, through the bad times and the good. In a country indifferent to football, English fans from all sides seek each other out to share their love of the game.
I feel like I've been playing. Got a sweat on.
But when Birmingham call time on Arsenal's dream of cup glory,
Phone it away.
club allegiances return to the fore.
See you later, drive carefully.
Why did you invite him then?
I didn't. He invited himself.
Oh.
We don't even know him.
That's the difference. You couldn't do that in England. If we had a shop in England selling whatever and we invited, you just wouldn't do it.
But it also shows how football isn't supported here, for him to have to come to a stranger's house to watch it, which is really quite nice, isn't it? That you'd rather sit and watch it with the opponents. It's crazy, really.
One sport the Aussies do take seriously is swimming, and today Jane is joining in with one of the regular competitions held at her local swimming club in the Gold Coast suburb of Miami.
Timekeepers also, please. Would you please take your positions now?
Although I love England and, you know, there's a lot of good things about England, for me personally, it wasn't where I wanted to spend the rest of my life. And I was lucky that because I did the whole backpacking thing and I've been over here before, I had, you know, when I was travelling, I did miss a couple of things and went, oh, I just really miss this and I really miss that. And then when I got home, I went, oh, actually, they're not that great. So I'd already got that out of my system before I emigrated. If you do want to have a little bit of England, you know, you just put on Midsummer Murders or something and go, oh, look at those quaint little, you know, villages. But no, there's nothing really that I miss, that I actually go, oh, I just want that.
I won, but then I'm about 30 years younger than the next competitor, so
container or spectacles
I think I'd be quite upset if I hadn't.
Nicole's.
Active lifestyles help the average Australian live nearly 2 years longer than Brits. At this event, there are races for swimmers in their 70s and 80s.
You don't have to be fast, you just got to keep doing something. The following is 88.
Life underwater in Australia has also inspired Adi. This afternoon, he's preparing for a favourite part of his job, taking paying punters diving with the sharks.
If a big grey nurse shark swims up to you like this, it will turn away at the last minute, I promise you, all right? It'll be quite scary to do because they look pretty prehistoric, but just make sure you stay nice and normal.
The grey nurse shark is critically endangered on the east coast of Australia. Its razor-sharp teeth constantly fall out and regrow, and an average shark will go through 24,000 teeth every decade.
I am, without a doubt, more relaxed, less stressed. I don't think I was ever financially stable in the UK, even though we had a nice house. And financially, I always seem to be struggling, and I think coming to Australia has relieved that a bit, you know. I tend to worry. I couldn't sleep much at night in the UK, and I get a good night's sleep now.
Amazing. It was so good. It was 100 times better than what I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be good, but it was amazing.
And I was a lot more calm than I thought I would be. I wasn't freaking out as much.
Yeah.
What a great day. I have a great time every time I get in with those sharks. Do it 3 times a day, 5 days a week. Mate, best job in the world. Best job in the world.
How would you like to spend 14 nights in the beautiful Gold Coast of Australia? We'll be sending one lucky family of 4 off to stay in a gorgeous beachfront apartment in Surfers Paradise. You'll be sent on an exciting outback adventure, get up close and personal with the animals at the zoo, and be given £5,000 spending money. To be in with the chance of winning this trip of a lifetime, all you have to do is answer the following question. What is the famous landmark in Sydney? Is it A, the Eiffel Tower, B, the Opera House, or C, the Statue of Liberty? To enter, call 0901 29 39 123. Calls cost no more than £1.03 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and from mobiles will be considerably more. Or text A, B or C to 88444. Texts cost £1 plus 1 standard network rate message. Red button viewers can enter by pressing their red button now. You can also enter for free at itv.com. Entrants must be 18 or over and lines close at 10 AM on the 20th of July 2011. Entries made after closing time will not be counted but may still be charged. Next time, we go behind the scenes at Australia's busiest wildlife hospital with British boss Jonathan.
We'll get you a little cute fluffy one to take home with you, okay?
We meet Brummy couple Aid and Lou at their authentic British chippy in the sun.
That's how I remember a chip fork in the UK. It's wooden, it's 2-pronged.
And we join retirees Barbara and Graham as they hit the high notes down under.
I just feel as if I'm an Australian by birth who got lost in the post.
Can't quite put my finger on something not right.
You got here just in the nick of time, Miss Marple.
Doing it again.
What?
Dicing with death.
Agatha Christie's Marple is back on the case with another murder mystery. Why didn't they ask Evans is the question next this evening.